So, I was thinking about an encounter I had like a while back and how I ended up actually having to like cut somebody off because like their perspective on my parenting was just not lining up and they couldn't let it go, and the way that they were reacting to my kids was just like it was just too much, and it wasn't going to allow for any kind of balance with the kids, because even if you don't show anything, even if you don't say anything, they can pick up on the energy that you put off whenever they do something. And that can dysregulate them. And me as a person, when I think about like how I want to raise my kids and how I like want them to be well balanced, emotionally stable people, like I think of how like I have to be what I want them to be first. And while I won't say like I was always emotionally balanced. I always did try. I tried with what I had. I didn't always do it so well, but after having kids, I wanted better for them. And I was thinking about that and thinking how it's just funny how we're expected to take high grounds where it comes to other adults and their bullshit, but we're completely allowed to react even horribly or terribly or in a punisher style authoritarian way towards children when they don't even have all the tools they need to express what it is that they're having an issue with. And so, like, I take the perspective where it comes to my kids is that not everything, deserves a response or reaction, not in the sense that I'm ignoring them. It's just that sometimes it's okay to just observe where they're at and then, just calm them down or like just let them have their moment. Now, that's probably going to sound like, well, you know what? It doesn't matter what it sounds like. I know what I'm talking about, at least from my perspective. But I don't always go to like trying to exact a consequence for every action that they have. And I do enough like research and stuff, just trying to make sure that I'm not ignoring any issues, trying to make sure that I have like all the tools that I need to like parent them gently. And I was just really thinking how I really let somebody make me feel bad about not reacting to everything that they did. And it got to the point where it just kept being an argument, and I'm not in the business of arguing with full-grown adults that just refuse to see anything other than their perspective and don't understand that just because you understand where they're coming from doesn't mean that you have to agree. And I don't want my kids to be afraid of me. And that lack of fear was not okay with some people. And it is perfectly fine for me. I do not want my kids to be afraid of me because I grew up with that whole fear of God type mentality. And it left me even up through my big old age of fucking 30 with nothing but fear and this constant feeling of always being watched and always being judged from every single corner of existence. And it took me a long time to readjust my perspective of the source of creation and come to understand source as more of a parental figure than this judgmental force, because you can't tell me that the source of our creation is made of love but hates things that they created, even at their worst. But there are deeper levels of that I'll probably get into on another level, because like this has been thoughts that I've had my entire fucking life and never been able to express because I wasn't allowed to have a mind of my own growing up in like that whole Christian situation. And it drove me fucking nuts because I could never get it out. But I really try to address my children how I would want to be addressed by the source of creation. And I couldn't even get a word in to like explain that, and I don't think it would have hit home anyway. And it's so frustrating because like just because somebody has a different perspective on how things go, and just because whatever research you happen to find doesn't line up with what they're doing, or you surround yourself with people that only agree with you, doesn't necessarily mean that the other person is wrong. It's different for everybody. We can't keep telling people that every situation is different for everybody if we're still gonna keep wanting them to conform to our system. Because then it might as well be the same for everybody if we're all forced to follow the same belief. There may be a whole brand new different kind of parenting that works for one singular child out of everybody in the entire planet, but that brand of parenting might not work for anybody else, but it works for that one child. Allow people to be fucking different and allow parents to parent the way that they need to parent. We gotta stop being so damn judgmental of other perspectives on how people are raising their kids. There may be books, there may be people out there who are guiding them, and honestly, I'm really grateful for a lot of the people who put out videos about like responsive parenting rather than reactive parenting, and how to make sure that you're not the reason why your kid needs therapy. And I'm really appreciative of those videos and those people, because like it further like inspired me to continue to do things my way rather than the way that it's always been done. So yeah, I'm actually really grateful for that. But at the same time, not every little thing that you pick up or read about or hear in these psychology books, like even medications don't work the same for every single individual. So why would styles of discipline, responses, and like parenting work for everybody? And it's just like I really allowed someone to make me feel bad for it. But the thing is like rather than doing what they expected me to do, I was paying more attention to my kids. I was listening to them, spending more time with them, actually connecting with them better than I would have if I had done it their way. So, yeah, I just needed to get that out because I can't believe I like actually let someone almost convince me that I was a terrible freaking parent because I chose not to be explosive about every little thing that they did. And to the other parents out there, you're doing a great job. Just chill. Don't let people tell you how bad of a job that you're doing if you know it works for your kid. But that's it. That's the video. Have a wonderful motherfucking day.